I'm Shelley and this is my vlog, The Willow Tree Green. This is an update on last week's vlog, which was about the quilt that I was making and the blocks that I had created from this quilt builder kit. As anticipated in that vlog, I have gone with something completely different. So what I ended up doing was a quilt that I haven't finished it, it's still in the works, but it's a quilt pattern that I've been admiring for months actually. Before I even started sewing quilts, I saw this and admired it on Pinterest and Instagram and various places. And I've seen it come up on my Etsy list quite a few times. And I really liked it. And I just had it in the back of my mind, even after creating the mini quilt that I created last week. So I just decided, just go for it, buy the quilt pattern. So I will put a bigger picture up, but it's on my iPad here. So it's this, which is Painted Ladies. Hopefully there's not too much glare there, which is by Eye Candy Quilts. I'll put a link below. And it is based on houses in San Francisco. So they're all on a hill and they're all individually painted and they've all got this trim on them. So like I said, I've been admiring this and all the different versions that you can find on Pinterest. And I might even just do a little scroll on Pinterest and just show that here of all the different versions I've seen. So you may recall from last week that I had this 10-inch layer cake of Untamed by Tula Pink that I was wanting to use for this quilt, and also this purple cotton that I got from Sarah at Simple Life Fabrics as the backing. And I also got this brushed cotton, can't remember, there's another name for it, from Sarah at Simple Life as the backing. So this is purple with big orange circles. And I've actually ended up buying a second layer cake because I ran out of what I had. So this is all from Cotton Patch. I will put the details for them below. And I also have been binge watching The Last Homely House here on YouTube. Love watching her videos, lots of quilting content and very relaxing and chill kind of content for these strange days that we're having. So I discovered Aurifil, which I'd never heard of before, and I thought I would give it a go. I think it might be designed for quilting, but don't quote me on that. And I got these two variegated versions. So there's a sort of tealy green one and this purple pinky one, which goes really nicely with the Tula patterns. And I'm hoping that in the design of the quilt with the houses that I'm going to quilt in sort of windows on the top. So I will put up a picture of where I've got to so far, but I basically ran out of fabric, so I had to stop. So it's going to be a huge quilt. This one works out. Let me just open my iPad again so I can read the details. So it comes out at 60 inches by 72 inches, which I would have to go look that up, what that is in meters, but I'll put the meters up here. And basically it's huge. I've got a picture of it on my big bookshelf, which is a big bookshelf, and it is pretty much covering the whole front and from floor to ceiling of it. So, oh, it's upside down. That's because I had it folded. So you build it in rows, as in columns, rather than rows. So columns, not rows. And it's got diagrams for how you construct each of the columns. And this is just a glimpse, because I can't show it all on the screen, of what I've got so far. And it really does show off the Tula Pink fabrics, I think. And then you've got all of these options to add trim. So I went through my trim stash that I have. I've got quite a lot of trim from when I was making junk journals and books and things. So I've got, this is reclaimed from an old dressing gown I had that I've used in a previous vlog. This I think I got from either Beyond the Pink Door or the Sohaila Jane box, can't remember, but as you can see, I've used most of it up. I've got lots of different types of trims that I've been using, and my new favorite tool, a very cheap plastic seam roller. I could not live without this, honestly. It's the best thing ever, just from Amazon. Yeah, best thing ever. You do end up with this particular pattern with lots and lots of little triangles. So I am going to have to think about what to come up with for those little triangles, because I don't want to just throw them away. So I'm probably going to end up using those as some kind of scrappy quilt. But I'm absolutely loving it. And with the purple background, it's just gorgeous. my challenge now, once I've got 6 rows I think so far, and I need to add another 4 to complete the quilt. And it is, like I said, it's huge. I'll put a picture in. Is how I'm going to sandwich this, because I don't even think I've got floor space big enough for this. I'm going to have to probably do it on my bed to put the quilt sandwich together, baste it together, and then do my quilting on my domestic machine. So that's going to be my next challenge. I might have to clear the space around my desk. I do have a table. My machine is a Burnett B77, so I do have a quilting table that I can use. And I do have a walking foot, and my machine has got actually that walking foot attachment with the little plastic thing that comes down. So, but yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. I don't have a design wall, which does mean I end up with that kind of situation happening by accident, where I've got 2 of a similar print together. But I'm not that bothered. It's so busy, and I'm going to quilt them all differently anyway, possibly put bricks. I've seen, I think it's Icy Stars Quilting. Her version is absolutely gorgeous. I'll try and link that also below. And she's quilted brick patterns and all sorts on hers. So I love it. But you can see there are 2 different types of the trim that I've used on the quilt. It's a very simple pattern, really, when you think about it. What I did do is make myself some templates so that I could cut out the pieces that I needed, because I don't really want to do a big batch. I'm not, I get bored if I do it too much at once, so I didn't want to have like piles of bits of fabric around. So this helps me cut sort of, 5 or 6 at a time, and I have been sort of batch sewing the roofs, which are, as I said, I think I said they're basically a flying geese unit. And I do need to work on this because I keep losing my point, but some of them are good, some of them are not. So this one I think is got its point still, but some of the others have lost theirs, so that's a bit for me to work on. But I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really looking forward to this being done and putting it on my bed actually. And so that's what I've been up to. One other thing that I've been doing is I went to see my mum at the weekend, and she had a coat that she had bought where the art sleeves were too long. I've got a little video of me showing my mum the before and after I'd done one of the sleeves for her. It is a bit ridiculous. She's very petite like I am. Just going to pick it up off the floor. And so the sleeve length was just kind of comical, really. So what I did was I cut a big chunk off of the sleeves. It's a very, it's a waterproof kind of material, so it's going to be squeaky. But I basically cut this off the sleeves, and I also removed this much fluff from the top of the remaining sleeve. And then I struggled so much. I would never do this again. I basically took some of the fluff out, folded it over, and then sewed it to create a hem. And then I folded it over again to get rid of the raw edges. And this was sewing the lining to the outer as well. And then I was going to fold it over just a little bit. It's not a massive elastic I've put in this, but enough to make a casing for an elastic. Use my trusty bodkin, feed the elastic in, seal it up, job done. Thought it was going to be so simple. Could I get this through? Could I? Absolutely not. It seems that the lining had folded itself over. So even though I had sewn it all the way around, left myself a gap, I had to unpick the whole thing, which in this sort of fabric, you can imagine, was a nightmare. And then I had to figure out another way. So basically I just sewed the elastic together so it was in a circle, put them both on the arm of my machine, and then just stretched it and pulled it. What I didn't consider when I was unpicking it was that the quilting, so it's got this diamond quilting, which meant that there were certain areas of this that I couldn't pull too much of the inner fluff out because it was going to start unraveling the quilting stitches, which means that there are some areas in this that are a bit thicker, which means that the elastic has struggled to squidge them up. But anyway, it's definitely an improvement, and it now fits your arm. So I'll be taking that back to my mum next weekend for her to try on. So yeah, not fun. Never going to do it again. But, it was an experience. So that's what I've been up to. Hopefully you enjoyed this vlog. Let me know what you think of my quilt. I do recommend this Painted Ladies pattern. It's great. They've got a smaller version as well, I think called Fierce Ladies, which you have to buy separately to make a mini quilt. I do think that once you've got the big quilt, you can probably figure out the ratio and shrink it down yourself. But yeah, definitely worth a look. There's lots of free quilt patterns out there actually. When I was searching around, this one wasn't free. I bought it off of Etsy. I think it was about £10, something like that, off of Etsy. But you do obviously get a lot of helpful information, including how to build your columns of houses. So yeah, so I hope that was interesting. I will no doubt be, well, not no doubt, I don't know if I'm going to get to finish it because I've got travel for work and I've got to be going to see my mum again next week. So I'm not sure when I'm going to get it finished, but when I really get into something, there's no stopping me. So it'll be soon. Uh, anyway, I keep waffling. Thanks for watching. Please give me a thumbs up or a like, which is the same thing, and subscribe if you haven't already to keep up with whatever I am up to. I generally post on a Monday because it's my day off from work. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.